Hey, this is Natalie Larkowski. I do grip and electric on TV, commercial, narrative sets, and I'm here for Janera to cut my hair.
Hey guys, it's Janera Rose, hairstylist and makeup artist in New York City, and today I am teaching you how to do a customized clipper cut that is blended with scissors on top. Your first step is to drape your client and to always have a consultation to ensure that you guys are on the same page. After that, you want to section the top portion of your hair that will be cut and blended with scissors. We will be starting with the clippers first. The next thing you want to do is gently comb the hair to remove any tangles, to observe the growth pattern for things such as cowlicks, and to analyze the scalp. Today I'm using my Andis SpeedMaster clippers, starting with the number 2 guard, working from the nape into the crown section. Now what's going to happen as we go up from the nape to the crown section is we'll create a line of demarcation. In order to remove the line of demarcation, there's a switch on the side of your clippers called a taper level. When you switch the taper level down, it extends and lengthens your blade, which now turns the guard from a 2 into a 2.5, which helps with blending. We'll now flip the taper switch back up. We'll switch out our 2 guard for our 3 guard, and we'll continue using that rocking, scooping motion to further blend out the lines of demarcation and create that perfect fade shape. In order to blend the top portion that we sectioned off earlier, you're going to need a bottle of water, you're going to need a cutting comb, and you're going to need a pair of shears. The first thing you need to do is saturate that section of hair with water to ensure a smooth, easy, and even cutting experience. Now that the top of your hair is saturated with water, you're now going to go in with your shears to continue to blend in that crown area, removing all lines of demarcation. I prefer to cut on an angle slant. This helps to avoid any blunt or harsh lines, and it just creates an overall soft blend. After I cut each section, I'm using the guide from the previous section just to line it up. It'll show me what exactly needs to be removed, what needs to be blended out. Another technique to blend out the crown area is a scissor over comb method, where you're using the comb to scoop up the hair evenly in an outward motion towards yourself, and the comb acts as a barrier, and then you use your scissors in front of the comb to evenly cut and trim any excess hair. I'll be sure to link some videos down below that demonstrate the scissor over comb method so you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Now that we have that crown section nice and blended, we're going to begin to actually cut the top portion of the hair. Natalie decided that she wanted 2 inches off initially, so what you'll see me doing is cutting the perimeter of the hair. So just removing that length off of there before we go in and cut the layers. You'll see a little bit of spikiness in the corner where her cowlick is. You don't want to cut the cowlick too short or it's too spiky, so we're going to work with that and work in that area a little bit later on, and you'll see what I mean. As for the bang area, you'll also see me cut that on an angle slant, which helps to frame the face beautifully and give it a nice soft feather look in the front. As previously discussed, you definitely want to use your guides to continue to cut the remaining hair. Your guide is essentially the piece of hair that you just cut. You don't want to shift your guide too far left or too far right because you're now changing the structure of the cut. You simply want to bring it down and you'll be able to see the next piece and you'll know exactly where to line the hair up. In order to blend the sides of the top with the bang area, you'll see me point cutting it, which creates soft lines. Now that we've reached our overall desired length at the top, we're going to now go in and blend the crown area with the top area. Again, cutting it on an angled slant, we're doing a bit of point cutting. This allows for us to cut, shape, and blend that cowlick, and it allows for it to be a nice smooth transition from the fade. Now that we've got our perimeter established, we've got our length established, and we've got that crown and those cowlicks blended out, it is time for the fun part, which is layering. The way that I prefer to layer hair is vertically using a 90-degree angle, which means straight up from the head or straight out on the sides from the head. For this, I do a mixture of blunt cutting and point cutting. After I vertically establish the length of the layers, I begin to go side to side horizontally to cross-check the layers. I'm point cutting as I go side to side just to ensure that I didn't miss any pieces, to remove any bluntness, and to make sure that the layers are nice and cohesive, nice and light and feathery and airy. You always want to start vertically and then work your way in horizontally with your layers, or start horizontally and then work your way in vertically. You have to cross-check your cut always. And if the hair begins to dry up as you're cutting, please don't be afraid to resaturate the hair with more water. You definitely want to keep it nice and moist as you're cutting it. So at this point, Natalie liked her cut, but she decided she wanted to go a little bit shorter, which is absolutely fine. It happens. So what I'm going to do is repeat the process all over again. We're going to reestablish that perimeter, removing the excess length. We're going to go in and blend that crown in with the top of the hair. We're going to move in and do our layers. We're going to point cut, we're going to blunt cut, and do a little bit of a mix of both. And that is how you do a clipper cut with scissors on top, also known as an undercut or a comb over fade. If you find this video to be helpful, be sure to thumbs it up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for your weekly dose of beauty videos. Make sure your notifications are on so you're the first to know when I have new uploads.
I came to Genera today for a haircut. Dope haircut. And she was amazing, and she gave me everything that I wanted, and then I wanted it shorter, so I made her make it shorter in the middle of my haircut, and that was nice of her to do. Genera's my friend, met her on set. She does hair and makeup, and she's very good at that. She makes way more money than me at this point. That's cool for her.
Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to click the description box below for any additional details. See you next time.